Monday. It's Mystic Spilling the
Spilling the
Tea.
Tea.
We have a new episode.
Yeah, I'm Ashwani with Southern Fried Psychics.
I'm Leslie Hall, the Purple Rose Psychic.
I'm Nickelle with Rising Digital.
And we are
The
Mystic Spilling the
Tea.
Tea. So today's topic.
Woo, let's talk about our retreat. We've got October 1st through the 4th.
So this retreat was a collaboration of two psychics.
Three.
Three psychics
Total.
plus me. Yeah, I was like 3 psychics. Yeah. And the whole
a lady.
and we're planning the retreat for October, like Ashwani said. And the whole goal of the retreat, let's talk about it.
Female empowerment, awakening, divine, standing in your voice, your authentic truth, your magic.
What does that look like?
It's basically where we have women remember their sovereignty. We have them remember you do have a voice. It does matter. It's so we can come as a collective and everybody be seen, heard, like they feel like they actually matter. Because in a world where it's really toxic and a lot of negativity out in the world, and there's nothing like sisterhood when you connect. And it's not always going to be just women. However, for our inaugural one, because I tried to do this in 2023, the place where we lined up and the fellow mystic that I was aligning with, it just didn't work out for a myriad of reasons. And so I had talked to Stacey, and I told Stacey, hey, let's plan something. Leslie, as she does, has another brilliant idea.
Yes.
And she's like, hey, have you thought about bringing me into the mix? And I'm like, well, no, I did not.
That's a good-
Did you like the way
Good selling point.
Yeah.
Just let me offer up myself.
I loved it. Yeah, that was great.
It was great.
Yeah.
Because it was something that was actually missing, because we knew we just wanted to offer a lot of classes. We knew we wanted to be able to offer hands-on, interaction, practice with one another, connection,
Right.
if you will. And adding Lezli in and all the classes she teaches, plus me, my classes, and then Stacey Bosley with all her classes she teaches too. We have 20 classes
Oh my God.
valued at $700, really over, but that's if our basic cost for those. We usually charge $35 at the metaphysical stores.
So how long are these classes?
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a good one. Some are an hour, some are 90 minutes to 2 hours. Most are 90 minutes to 2 hours.
Okay.
Yeah.
With like a break.
You have breaks.
maybe
personal
we're
time.
giving breaks.
A
We're also
snack.
doing lunch, dinner, breakfast,
All
Right.
meals.
Right.
all their
all meals.
snacks.
Yeah.
And so
Okay.
we're doing that. So the retreat is a way for us to, a lot of people are going to say, well, why can't you just do it at a metaphysical store, do it here locally instead of having to go away? But the whole point is we wanted to get the women off and get you off your phone and kind of unplugged in a community. It's a safe environment for you to explore your metaphysical side. It's a safe environment for you to learn. And it's also a safe environment for you to express yourself.
And the cabins are gorgeous.
The cabins are gorgeous. So create a sacred container.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is everything that Lezli does or I do, Stacey
Yeah.
does. Everything is built on that foundation of safety
Yeah.
and then collaboration, which is a
Yeah.
win-win chicken dinner.
Right.
A lot of people, I have people come to me and they're like, I didn't want to say, such and such because my friends might not understand it. And
Okay,
so
yeah.
that's the reason why this is a safe environment for them to express themselves. I hear voices. You say that to some people and they're like, oh, you have a mental condition, instead
Right.
of, oh, is that a guide talking to you? Is that someone who has passed talking to you? What is that voice necessarily? Because assumptions are wrong
Right.
a lot of the times. If I told people I heard a voice, they probably would say that's,
You'd be like,
that's
okay,
so
let
That
normal
concerned
for
look on
you.
your face just now, that would have been a perfect combo.
They
Your
just
voice.
like, no, no.
Okay, I do
So-
have to ask, has that ever happened? Have you ever had it where somebody was like, you're like, okay, this actually is like a mental health situation?
I have.
Okay.
And
Okay.
I,
I'm actually glad to hear that. I mean,
Yeah.
just to know that there is like,
There
a
is a
distinction.
difference.
There
There's a
was.
distinction.
There was. Okay.
and I have to preface it by saying it's when I was living in Denver. They were really asking me about my shamanic work and how they wanted to dive into that. And I remember my teacher, I guess my main shamanic teacher, because I had 4 shamans that I learned from, or 2 shamans and 2 shamanic practitioners. And when they taught us, it's like you have to make sure you're mentally and emotionally stable. If you can't have a maintained mental health or balance, then you don't want to do this work, because it puts you out in the ethers with all the shamanic work we do. And if you're already battling being in reality or knowing your voice from other voices, this is going to be a huge struggle. Not only that, is then you're going to actually really doubt your own stability and sanity.
Wow.
And you don't want that.
Yeah. I've never heard other voices in my head other than my voice.
It's
And
okay,
so-
Leslie. You're with
Yeah,
friends.
you're with friends. You can tell
Well,
us.
you can
You
keep
tell
it
us.
real.
But what I'm thinking is that, like, if I were hearing voices that were not supporting me,
Right.
that's a clue
that's
right
a
there.
clue. Okay.
Because all of the voices that I hear are for my better good. And so if I started hearing voices that were trying to provide me with self-doubt, trying to provide me with negative energy or anxiety, then I know that those voices aren't meant for me. And those are voices that if someone came to me and said, those are the voices that they're hearing, I would probably say those aren't necessarily guides or spirits.
Right.
I'm not sure where those voices would come from. I mean, like, I don't know if it's truly mental health or if there really is something deeper that I don't know about causing them.
Yeah.
But again, in order for you to go down the spiritual path, you have to be thinking of the voice that's the spiritual voice, and that voice is all about your better good. So that's where I kind of differentiate
sense.
Yeah.
between the
I like
two.
that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I mean, there's negative.
Clear.
Yeah.
There's negative spirits, negative energy, lower vibrations with anything. Excuse me, and everything. So it was really hard for me, but that's an example of me being a good teacher. Is I had to tell this person, I don't think the time is right for you until I think there was a switch between medications or something. They shared with me they were off and on. And I said, once you found your own harmony, your own balance, let's revisit this conversation, because I don't want to tell you no and leave you feeling like you don't belong or you don't matter or I don't hear you. But my goal as a teacher is to make sure that you are at your best so that you can absorb this. You can learn this.
Yeah.
It's not going to put you in a spiral. It's not going to put you in a lower vibrational state because you can't maintain mentally, emotionally.
I like
It's
that.
nothing wrong
Yeah.
with you. It's just I would really prefer, and it's for your own detriment with my training. If I'm going to be a good teacher, I'm going to give you the truth. I'm not going to say, oh, yeah, please sign up now and get you to sign up right now, because I don't operate with greed. It's not coming from greed. I'm coming from your best interest. And in this moment in time, it wasn't their best interest.
Which is, I mean, that comes across sometimes. And so
Yeah.
you just have to, and to add to that, like if I am working with someone and something happens, I do feel a responsibility for their mental health.
100%.
And so that's something that I
Okay.
look at whenever I'm working with people. So, you know, it's not always easy to say you might want to get professional help on this.
I know. I feel like you'd be the person to be able to do that, though, and like,
She'd be better at that.
deliver
Yeah.
that news. Like you did.
the way
I mean, you
your
kind of already gave
face is,
the
and you
example.
go, yeah.
You gave the example. Where they would come from, I don't know, and I don't treat that. So.
Yeah, I can't treat that. That's the one thing that you start looking at is like, I really don't know. You know, the voices that people who have schizophrenia and stuff like that, I know their voices in their head, but you kind of wonder, where do they come from?
Yeah.
Because I don't think they hear them in their voice. So that really even makes it even more interesting as to where and what it is and everything.
A tiny clue for me from that, because I did meet a homeless man in Denver. Everything happened in Denver, I tell you.
I know.
Denver was a dynamite place, huh?
It
It
really
was.
is.
And he told me, he goes, I was diagnosed with schizophrenia, and we had a beautiful conversation. I was able just to be in his presence, and he was just a really bright light. And he told me some things that he wouldn't know. He didn't know he knew I was a psychic. I never said that. He knew that I did a lot of spiritual work. I never said that. He knew that Native Americans were behind me. I never even shared any of that. And he picked up all of that, because the cool thing about when somebody is dealing with schizophrenia is they are wide open, but the little telltale is, instead of saying, well, I heard, or my little voice, or my whatever, is like, well, John over here just told me, or Joe just said, or this little demon on my shoulder said. You listen for the little things of what people are saying in regards to what they're hearing. So usually anytime I get anything, it's going to come in my voice.
Right.
You know, I don't hear Archangel Michael over my shoulder going, Dina,
It would
Yeah.
be cool sometimes.
It
Well,
would
it
be cool,
would, but,
but
yes.
you know.
because it would
Throw
make
you
it
off a little bit.
easier for
Little
you to
bit.
figure out who's talking to you.
and not to throw you off.
Yes,
Yeah.
not to throw you off.
Yeah.
Because
Right.
it just is one of those things, you know, and in this, in what we do it just like with anyone. You're going to come across
Yep.
people who have mental illness.
Yep.
Right.
And so, or a disability,
Yes.
a mental disability or something. And so it's interesting to start really trying to work with them and try to help them, because I feel like, you know, I'm here to help everyone.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
The end. And, you know, so it's something you really try to work with and everything.
I see it very similar to, like, let's say there's a client who comes to me for a reading, and you know, they're really grieving their dog, and I'm making it as basic as possible so some people can see where we're coming from when we're dealing with other people. Is I'll easily say, you know what, animal communication is not my specialty. I'm getting a hit. You really should connect with Lezli, and I make sure I give them Leslie's information. Kind of the same realm of, we're just navigating all the dimensions, all the waters, to be able to make sure that person gets to the next place as safely as possible. So we're kind of like a tour guide in a lot of ways of
Yeah.
ensuring that, you know, right now may not be the time for this or for that class or for that reading or for that, but I bet if you veer over here, or I bet if you really focus on your own health for right now, we'll have this class again, or you can reach out again when you feel like you're stable enough that you have a strong foundation.
I like that.
Yeah, you have to work with a lot of different things.
Mm-hmm.
And so, in working with a lot of different people, we'll go back to the retreat. Sorry,
Yeah.
man. We always get we always get sidetracked. We're so
Well,
so good
any
because we
spiritual
do
work,
that.
we got to talk about mental health because it matters.
It does
You
matter.
matter no
It
matter what you're going through. That
You
is why
matter.
we do what we do, is
Yeah.
we're making sure we leave you better than we found you.
Yeah,
Right.
we do. So, my take from what we're looking at on the retreat, because we had talked about, like, what do you see it doing for people, and so mine is because I'm teaching loving yourself, which to me is like,
And 4 other classes.
in 4 other classes, but loving yourself is one of the big ones, because I feel like you have to love yourself to hear what spirit has, because spirit's coming from a loving place. So if you're not loving yourself, you're not hearing that love that's given to you. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So one of my classes is loving yourself, and I recently had a woman who had been in a very controlling marriage, very controlling, and so much so that she felt like she couldn't drive her car because her husband wasn't in her ear telling her where to go and everything. She was afraid she wouldn't be able to get back home.
That was my mother's husband, number 5.
I love that.
my God.
Number 5.
five.
That was number
Go ahead
5.
and take
Doesn't
a
even have a
seat.
name, just number 5.
No,
I
he doesn't
love
deserve
that.
his name being mentioned.
I love that.
No.
But so it was funny because we did a release of that control. And then when I said, now I want you to bring in something, and I was doing burn paper with her, and I said, I want you to bring in something. I want you to bring in, I love myself. And before you light this paper, I want you to say it out loud. And she started crying. She said, I can't do that.
Mm.
And she looked at me and she said, why can't I do that? And I said, because you haven't been allowed to do that. And in this space, you're now allowed to love yourself. I'm like, you're going to do fine driving and knowing where you're going. It was so weird because let me tell you, she had been read by another psychic, and that psychic said, I just sent this woman to you. I know you can help her.
Awesome.
And I was like, oh, I don't know what to do. And so when we sat down and started talking and everything, then I was like, oh, I get it. We need to do some release. We need to bring some manifestation in. And so by the end, I got her to say, I love myself and burn that paper towards her. And she told me that she felt something get you.
Something got me.
Using a microphone
I was
over
trying
here to bonk yourself.
Anyway, there's a situation on this end, everyone. Don't worry
There
about
was a
it.
situation I thought
We're
Nickelle
moving
was
right
getting
along.
hit by something. But at any rate, the woman was able to say, I love you, myself. She was so happy. And I asked her when I was done, I'm like, how did that feel? And she said, it felt like a weight had been lifted off of me. And so
Awesome.
that's one of the things I'm hoping
Yeah.
whenever we're doing this retreat, that the first thing is that people feel a lot lighter,
Yeah.
that they come in and we remove any obstacles from loving yourself, because that's really important.
Every woman could benefit from this class. Like every woman, because so much suppression for, eons since the Bible. There's been suppression.
Yeah, here's the funniest thing. Women, there is a huge expectation on women a lot of times. You think
and double
about
standards.
Yeah.
And
we give birth.
Yep.
Men don't have to do that. We have to, we're essential in raising the children most of the time. Most of the time. Most of the time. It doesn't happen every time. I'm not going to lie. But most of the time, the majority of the women are taking care of the baby. They're taking care of raising that child mostly and intuitively on their own and stuff. And so I say that not because I'm saying that men don't pull their share. I'm saying it because we really are set at a higher expectation to perform a lot of different duties, caring for parents, caring for each other. And so I feel like as part of that, with that expectation, sometimes we forget ourselves.
100%.
And so I feel like with those heavy expectations on you, coming here gives you a chance to relieve some of that. Because we do. I don't know about anyone else, but I do the grocery shopping, I do the cooking, I bring home money, I do,
work,
it's like I
raise your daughter.
do.
Yeah.
And so once you get through all the dues for everyone else, where's your due for you?
Right.
And that's the hardest part is, so again, I think we forget to love ourselves.
100%.
So that's one of the things that I'm hoping women, I don't care if they get anything else out of it. If they come out of it saying, I love myself more and I had a weight lifted off my shoulder, then my day is done. I'm happy as can be.
Well, heck yeah. Even somebody like me could benefit from that, even with the work that I do, because every relationship I've ever had, I put myself last. I was raising grown kids, and then their kids, they weren't even mine. And I put myself last.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it is a lot. And
When you
sometimes
start
it's too
seeing
much.
it that, you start seeing how much, and like I said, there is an expectation for women to perform at a higher level than men on a lot of normal things that you wouldn't think about on a daily basis. But it's not that I'm putting men down. I'm just saying that that's
not at
just
all.
been the expectation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like there are plenty of men out there who do a lot and take care of their children and do
Support
things and
women.
support the women in their lives.
Totally.
And I love that. But it's just that it feels like I think women take on a bigger role sometimes than what they necessarily have to do. Now, if you think about it, back in the day, women didn't work.
Right.
And so it was expected that they take care of the family. They go grocery shopping. They bring home the groceries. They put them away. They cook the dinner. They clean the house, the laundry, da-da-da-da-da. And now that they're working too, it's a lot of that expectation from a lot of households is still there.
Yeah.
Right.
So, again, it's okay, but we're ready to release some of that. And
Yeah.
so that's one of the first things is we're going to release some of that pressure.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to start with loving yourself. And that's one of the things I think is wonderful about this retreat.
Totally, because when we start night of registration, we'll be doing a burning bowl ceremony, and all that really is just releasing and letting go. We hold on to so much stuff. I mean, if you just make an analogy to your closet, how long do you hold on to 2 and 3 different sizes of clothes?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just think what we do in our minds, our body, our spirit. We just hold on to so much that's just taking up space that it doesn't need to anymore.
Yeah, my fat clothes are my lazy day clothes.
Yeah, I understand that. Or a night shirt.
Pajama top.
It's amazing
Paint
how
and shirt.
those clothes change. You know, you're like,
Yeah.
my fat clothes are my lazy day clothes. I like to lounge around in them. So yeah, so that's what we're hoping I hope the retreat brings.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
great.
I know you sat with us on a lot of planning on the retreat.
Yeah.
What did you get out of what we were wanting to do?
Which we couldn't do without your help. So everything
Yeah,
you're
so
doing with the
thank
digital
you,
creations,
thank
all
you.
that,
Appreciate it.
really thank you.
Yeah, I really appreciate it because this is the stuff that I love to do. Is I'm doing graphic design and I'm doing like a creative side, but I get to work with you guys and actually doing something that matters because you're not just
I
like
love that.
you're not just putting together a retreat to like earn money only. Like,
No.
obviously, we need revenue to like keep things going and
Yeah.
to continue to make things like this.
But it's why it's
But-
affordable too, you know?
Exactly. And so far, I have not heard anyone beat our rates.
Mm-mm.
Oh, that's true.
I have
we
not
ran
heard
into a
that.
guy who was like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
his rates for his retreats were $2,000, and I just looked at him and I was like, really?
Yeah.
In this
no.
day and age,
And then
what are you offering
and
and,
his
how
retreat
long?
didn't happen. And I said that was one of the beauties of our retreat is that I really wanted to keep the price affordable.
Yeah.
Because
And we offer payment plans.
Yeah.
but I wanted to make it affordable because I want women to be able to come. I
Yeah.
want them to be able to come
They sacrifice
and lift
enough.
that. And
That's-
also just to gain their own voice. Sometimes
Yeah.
a lot of women don't have a voice.
It's
Yeah.
true.
No.
Or they
for
don't
sure.
feel seen or heard. So one of the things we'll be doing is one of my favorite things is called being present. That'll be at the really start of everything and just getting acquainted with one another.
Yeah. Well, I like too that you guys have said it's a no substance retreat because
Mhm.
we are going to be fully present.
Yep.
We are going to be fully present. Plus the fact we have so much that we're packing in. I mean,
Right.
think about that.
Yeah.
20 classes, 2022. There's rituals and classes in that.
Mm-hmm. Integration time.
So you have to think about that. That's a lot. And you're coming in Thursday night. And as soon as you're there Thursday night, I mean, we start off with
We hit the
right
ground
away.
running.
We hit
Yeah.
the ground running Thursday night.
Mhm.
And then Friday is an all day and
Saturday
Saturday's
all day.
And we do give some breaks and we do give you time to, like she said, integrate some information into you and also absorb it. But we also give you time to do some arts and crafts kind of
Mhm.
things. Also to just go out in nature because this is in Broken Bow, Oklahoma. Where we are going to be is an amazing, beautiful setting.
Tree line.
Trees
Mhm.
around a beautiful pond.
On the
So
water.
pretty.
It's going to be, a great place for you to go out and take a hike if you wanted to. And there's swing sets.
Yeah, inside.
There's all kinds of things.
There's slide inside.
There's
That's what it is.
slide
Slide,
inside.
yeah.
Slide.
It's like 3 slides.
But there are games inside. There's
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
kinds of shuffleboard
Hot tub.
games. There's hot tub. So there's time for them to also just take
Have
a
fun.
moment to just go, this is just fun.
Yeah.
And then, and also they don't have to worry about cooking for
Oh,
3
yeah.
days, 4
Yeah.
days. I mean, that's a
That's
big thing
nice.
sometimes.
They don't have
Oh,
to
it
worry
is a
about
big
laundry. They don't have to worry about nothing that they do at home. This is
Yeah.
just about you, the individual.
Taking
You, the
time
woman.
for you.
And you
Yep.
said, okay, so the no phones situation or get
Well,
away from the
um,
phone.
They
It's
can,
just
we just don't
unplugging.
want it to,
Like,
we want it turned off
Yeah.
during classes. It doesn't mean
Okay.
that you can't, when you're
Have
on a
it.
break
Yeah.
or have it so
Yeah.
you can get messages or anything like that. No,
Yeah.
no. And when you're on a break, if you want to call someone or do something,
That's
go
your
do
time.
it.
That's
That's your
right.
time to do it. So yeah, there's going to be time for you to check your phone. It's
Yeah.
just when we're doing a class, we like to have it on silent
We
so
want your
that it
attention.
doesn't, because we do a lot of meditations.
Right.
There's nothing like a ringing phone like a while ago.
Mhm.
Like, for instance, my phone rang.
Yeah.
But there's nothing like a phone to really interrupt your whole flow of thinking and everything. And it really is distracting not only to you, but the people around you
Right.
and the instructor. I get,
Oh yeah, if we're channeling, it'll pull
Do you
you
like
pull
that?
us right out of what we're channeling.
yeah, it just pulls me out of what I'm thinking.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
so it just starts me down a little bit of a rabbit hole. I have to pull myself back and go, okay, go back to where you were. So yeah, but they can connect to their phone. It's just when we say disconnect, it's more of like you're disconnecting from your responsibilities
Yeah.
that you have in your everyday life, day to day, and you have time for yourself.
Yeah.
Like we said, it's nice that breakfast is made for you. It's nice that lunch is made for you. It's nice that dinner is made for you.
Right.
And all of those meals, luckily, you and I are going to help make those meals, Nickelle and I. And we're going to put love into that thought.
Yeah,
and we're going to put
absolutely.
It's all
intention
intention.
into that thought and
Yep.
into the thing of how much we appreciate
Yes.
that person just for being a person here
Yeah.
at the moment.
Their soul
Well,
contribution.
I'm excited for that opportunity, actually.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I
that's
love
really
that.
nice.
And so, there's a lot of planning that goes into this, and so we really want to make it the best that we can for them.
yeah.
Yeah. And they have, it's not until October 1st and through the 4th, because we don't wrap until I think it's 4 or 5 o'clock on Sunday. So
It's 4
you're getting
o'clock.
nearly 3 full days. And then that night, kind of just to get checked in and acquainted and all that stuff. So we really packed in a punch, but it was more about, for us, honoring sacred numbers like 777. It gets you a, shared room accommodation like the
Yeah.
bunk room or whatever.
Yeah,
And then
and when we say
888.
these, they're bunk beds, I just want to let y'all know they're not typical bunk beds according to the pictures. I'm just telling you because
Yeah, they don't look typical.
The first bunk is, normal floor length. And then the second bunk, some of them had stairs, not ladders. So it was a stair to get to the second bunk. And the third bunk was on another floor.
And
so
it was an escalator to take you there.
it's like,
It just keeps getting better.
It's like it's getting better. There's an escalator.
Actual beds instead of mats on the
But
bunk
the bunk
beds.
beds are really nice bunk beds, and
Yeah.
everything's. It's not going to be like your.
At camp.
It's not like
No.
your Girl Scout retreat where
Yeah.
you had a mattress that was
Had
2
to really
inches
rough it.
fit,
And we were looking
yeah.
at that where the mattresses were like an inch thick. And I'm like, girl, I'm 55. I'm a
Oh,
big old
gosh.
girl. And
No.
I have arthritis and aches and pains. Me trying to get up off that 1-inch mattress
Yeah.
every night.
And those
Ugh.
springs that just barely hold it. Yeah, that we
Yeah.
looked at that and we
Yep.
said no, we don't want to do that. So this is the reason why we went with this.
Yeah, the luxury cabins.
And the luxury cabins, but we wanted to still keep the pricing to where it was affordable,
Right.
and also doing the payment plans to where you only put $150 down, and then you pay $250 by May 1st, $250 by
July
July
1st.
1st, and then the remaining by September 1st. It gave them the ability to pay it. And so when they get there, then it's just taking care of them and taking care of everything.
I think one of the best things about this is it was really thought out.
yeah.
Like
Oh, we've
it
been planning
wasn't just
for
like this is what we're
months.
gonna do.
No.
Here, it was like that. Like
Yeah.
that's very planned out and detailed and just shows. I don't know. I guess just the where
It's
you
a
guys are coming
love.
from, the
It's love.
intention.
Yeah.
You know?
It's a lot
Totally.
of love put into it.
Yeah.
And
can
that's one
tell.
of the things is we looked at the classes that would really, what's going to support this woman coming here metaphysically, mentally, spiritually, and give
emotionally.
them a lot of feeling of love and lifting up and empowerment. And not only that, maybe they've learned a new guide, a new gift, a new thing that they can actually
Meet a new
use.
friend.
Make a new
Yeah.
friend, because it's a community of women that are all like-minded. And so this is a great opportunity. I love the idea of having it. I love the idea of being a part of it. Obviously, I was the one who said, hey, pick me. So,
Yeah, hilarious.
Thought about
You
adding
thought
me
about
in.
adding me in.
nothing like inviting yourself.
Yeah. Oh, I get it. That's
But-
funny.
But I don't know. It was just one of the things that they were like, you need to say something and just
Yeah.
step into the pot too. And so
Yeah.
I was like, okay, let's make this, a good one. And so
Yeah.
it's all working out and everything. And
That's flowing. It's more
It's
than working out.
flowing.
It's flowing
it is
because
flowing.
the
Yeah.
2023, when I was trying to do this, it was me and one other person I was aligning with. There was just obstacle and challenge, and this just goes to show you the time is right, the people are right, the alignment is right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course, it's the year of the fire horse.
Oh,
And then there's that.
The
Yeah.
fire horse and the eclipse is coming. So there's so much coming
On my
that
birthday.
it's time to really go.
Dang.
On March 3rd.
Whoa.
Yeah.
The eclipse is tomorrow.
Well, no, there's one that's happening. I think it's called a something moon eclipse or
Yeah,
something on
okay,
the 3rd.
yeah.
On the 3rd. Okay.
I'll have to look
There's
it up.
an eclipse tomorrow too. So we need to wrap it up. But I want to tell everyone we've had, I don't know, over 200 people looking at the website so far.
10 registered.
10 registered.
We have 40 open spots.
We just put this out on Thursday last
Yeah.
week. So we're talking Thursday, Friday, Saturday,
it was
Sunday.
like Thursday at evening. Right? It
It
wasn't
was
even
like
like
morning. It was
yeah.
like Thursday at 5:30,
Yeah.
6 o'clock. And we've already had it open for 5 days, and we've had 10 people sign up and pay. And what that point is with us having over 200 people looking at it and we having limited spaces, if you are interested, I urge you to get on this. However, if you miss this boat, we will have a waiting list. And what will happen is we will do another retreat at some point. It may be next year. It may be the year after that. But at some point, we'll have another retreat. But don't miss this one if you can. Make it happen because this is going to be a really beautiful event for you. So
Tell them the website, Nickelle.
Sacred Awakening. Or see, I did it. That's my dyslexic moment.
I love it.
Sacred Circle Awakening.com. There it is.
There you go.
there we go. So go visit it, sacredcircleawakening.com. And look to see what's out there. And again, we're going to be putting the class schedule out there so you kind of get a feel of what's going on. But that's coming. We just are ironing out a few things. So just wanted to let you know that.
Yeah.
Any
And how much fun we're
closing?
having this.
Any closing remarks, ladies?
I'll see you ladies in October.
I would say,
Ooh.
allow yourself, gift yourself the time to be with other women who could use your presence, could use you in their community because what you do matters. And we can't have life without women.
Yep, that's true. My closing thought is, and it's the weirdest thing because this is what I feel like saying, so it's a weird thing.
Nah.
I hope to see you so I can spread some love to you.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that, Les.
It's just I like to spread love to people, so that's it. I hope to see you there so I can spread some love to you. And if I don't see you there, I'm still sending you love through the airways.
Yeah.
There we go. That's
exactly.
beautiful.
Yeah. Thank you guys for just giving us the opportunity to serve as, I don't know, awakeners, awakening. I don't know. What do you want to call it?
Facilitators.
Facilitators. Well,
Yeah.
I'm not a facilitator, but just thank you for letting me be a part of the opportunity.
Oh, we
Yeah.
love that. So we're gonna wrap it up. This is
Mystic Spilling the Tea.
I'm Ashwani of Southern Fried Psychics.
I'm Lezli Hall, Purple Rose Psychic, purplerosePsychic.com.
Oh, okay. I am Nickelle.
Did you catch that?
Yeah. I'm Nickelle and Rising Digital, which is also risingdigitalstudio.com.
Dun, dun, dun.
And we hope to see you soon.